every time. You know that, right?
I always say, and somehow it just keeps growing. Hello, everyone. It is June 25th. We're just chatting here. Of course, it's our monthly directors meeting. So for those of you that will watch later, we're going to try to make it snappy so we can whiz through this. That's what Tammy's laughing at me saying. I'm always saying I'm going to make it snappy and there's not that much to talk about, but there always is, seems to be more than what I think. All right, so this is our agenda for today. We are announcing a couple of new directors this month. We are launching Women Talk Ottawa, so probably most of you guys have seen this. It is with Lara and Tammy. Hello, Tammy bought the franchise the license, it's not a franchise, but a license in Ottawa. So it is going to be launching on July 26th. So if you know anyone in the Ottawa area, invite your friends. The bigger this thing gets, the better it's going to be for everyone. The other announcement is, I think it's going to be September 5th. It's going to be the first week in September. I'm going to mute people because we're getting some rubbing. Oh, there you go. It was you, Michelle. So on the first week of September, we're going to be launching Calgary South. And Cheryl is right here now. Hello, Cheryl. How are you?
Great.
So Cheryl and Carly are going to be hosting. Sue, do you have headphones? Because I'm getting a lot of feedback.
No, it's not me. I have headphones in.
Oh, that's weird.
You're not hearing anything from me.
Do you guys hear echoing?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm going to mute everyone. Let me just come over here. Mute all. Yes. There we go. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. We don't have any more feedback now. So yeah, Rev Cheryl, and I'll turn you guys back on in a minute here. We're going to be launching in Calgary South, and it's actually going to be in the old location that we used to have Women Talk. And when the guy that was running it left town, and we just showed up and it was closed. So we are going back there. It is now run by the owner of the building, and it is a fabulous, fabulous location. Great, great room. Again, this is my executive assistant. Whenever there's any issues with the banners or errors or anything like that, call Kathleen or email or text Kathleen, and she will get on this usually faster than I can. It's just things are getting kind of crazy busy for me sometimes. You guys wouldn't believe. Actually, I think it's worth taking a second to show you our worksheet, because it will give you a little bit of an understanding why sometimes we're a little bit behind or things are not all jabby. So this is for every event. These are all the steps that we have to take. So there are a lot of steps for every, like we do the Facebook banner, like we have to create it, then we have to upload it, then the constant contact, we have to create the event and the landing page. And we now send out 2 emails. We used to send out only 1 email. We now send one a week before and the day before at 5 a.m. So really almost 2 days before. And then we create the Facebook event. So we have to create a banner for that because it's a different size, and we create the event and we invite people. This one here is the one that we're going to talk about again tonight. I need you guys to really work on this. And then every city also has a meetup page that we post your events on. I don't know if Ottawa has it yet, but that'll be done in the next couple of days. And then the website, of course, you get your banner with the link on there. So every single event, every single month, we have to create all of this. It has become a little crazy. So that's why if we get a little behind sometimes, that's why. And I think I clicked on stop share because I was trying to get around that button. All right. So the other thing that's new is the local corporate sponsor is out. No more local corporate sponsor. They are completely out, and it is being replaced by the Biz Talk. And I have presented this at a couple of the cities now, and I have gotten immediate response everywhere, except Calgary, but I wasn't there. But everybody, what I do is if they're interested in buying the Biz Talk, they just text me, Biz Talk. And I'm actually going to coach people and help people develop a business talk, a 10-minute business talk where you have a very clear call to action at the end, and you weave your story through it, make it interesting. But one of the hardest things for speakers is asking for the business. And I'm still working on this. It's a work in progress, but it is very hard to have a very strong call to action that will make people actually come and take you up on your offer. So for $400, it's worth $647, because in there I count my 30 minutes of coaching call, and then the business podcast, which is $150. You get 3 tickets. You get a table to put your whatever you have at the event if you want to. And again, like, you're the only one selling on the mic. So really, it is the same thing as a local corporate sponsor, except that we've tweaked it so that people really dig this, because now it's not about being a corporate or a big business. You can be a brand new person in business, but you want to learn how to present. And as we know, Women Talk is a very safe place to do this. So this is going to be very helpful for a lot of people. I'm super excited for it.
Bridget.
Yes.
It's Lorna.
Hello. Oh, look at you in the wind. You look fabulous.
I have not been outside enough today, so it's finally cool enough to be outside. Is that Biz Talk, is that a per month? Or
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so there could be theoretically 12 different people that do that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. There's no commitment other than this one time. And then, and like I said, we'll do a podcast, and I'll try to help people as much as I can to create something that will really help them. Yes, Cheryl, you need to unmute myself, my love. I'll unmute you. There you go.
Okay. What happens if that spot isn't filled and you can't attend because you can't be everywhere?
I have a video that I create for all the locations that I'm not going to be there. There's a Biz Talk video that you insert in your PowerPoint.
Okay.
And I have one made up already. And I will tweak it every month and change it a bit so that it's always interesting. And what I'm going to try to do, so this month was my first one. It's going to get better for sure. But I'm going to I have become like a maniac about public speaking. I listen to it 24/7. I have so many great ideas, the way to build your talk, the way to add, it's crazy. And I've probably spent, like, if I do the trades that I've done too, in the last 2 years, I've probably spent like $35,000, and learning from people that are great. Sorry, Sue.
Don't tell your wife.
She's like, what? What the hell happened?
And a question for Tammy. Are you moving to Ottawa, Tammy?
No, I moved here from Ottawa 2 years ago, and I have a very large network there, so I'm just sharing the wealth with them.
Oh, I see.
And I have family there, so I'm there about 3 or 4 times a year anyway, so now I get to call it a business trip.
Exactly.
It's
That's
a beautiful thing. And I will have you people know, holy shit. This is how many tickets we have sold for Ottawa, and we have a month to go yet.
Wow.
Yeah. We are going to fill that room. It won't be a problem at all. We already have all the volunteers lined up. We have people clamoring to come and speak. It's going to be huge. And I had a question about the $400. How does the profit share with that?
Yeah, I have to think about this because some of that is my time coaching people as well, but there will be some going. So I may do like something like 150 to the director, and then I take the rest.
Okay.
Because I do the podcast and I do the coaching and all
Yeah.
this stuff, right? So I have to look at my time and how it all looks.
Okay.
And but you guys get a portion of that
Okay.
for sure. And I'm thinking, what do you guys think? I think 150 is pretty fair because you don't have to do anything. It's just an extra one coming in. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is a brand new trial, so we'll see how it all goes. Hello, Brenda Lee, by the way. Okay, so for those of you that are wondering what's happening with Women Talk, when any new chapters opening now, they are $2,000 and $250 a month. I am done with counting percentages as we started growing. Because you see what's happening is, so those of you that are under like the Okotoks and the ones that are already all created, we're gonna work you into this and we'll see where it goes. Nobody's gonna be forced but you only need, oh God, I can't remember. I did the calculation. I went to fairly like 20 people or whatever to actually make more. So, or anyway, I'll have to do the calculation again and run it by you. But for me, let's say that once we are at 50 cities to count, because there's people paying at the door, there's people paying online, there's people paying with credit card at the door, then there's taxes, and oh my God, like all these calculations, I thought it's going to drive me nuts. So I will not open any more Women Talk unless people buy the license and they pay $250 a month. Whatever you make above that is yours. It's nice and simple. Then you actually, as an owner of a chapter, it's really easy to run your budget like that because it's going to cost you $250 a month. And that's a pretty good deal because as you saw a minute ago, we do a lot of work in the background for that $250. Now back to the Facebook. I really need you guys to help me. What I'm seeing out there is people do not post anything on Facebook until the day before, quite often. And we're like, oh shit, it's the end of the month again. And we forget. So what I need you guys to do is put it in your day timer or your schedule that you have to make a post. And what I'd like to see is you go to the actual landing page of the event because I'm going to show you. So you go to where people go to sign up. So you can start on the website. You can start right on the sign up sheet. But let's say, sorry, it's loading here. So this is our website. And let's look at Medicine Hat, right? So on July 18th. So what I want you to do is, I've been doing some of it because I'm not seeing anything on those Facebook events. So when I create the event, I always make you an admin. So first off, you have to say you're going. I get at the end of the month, and quite often I will have one or two directors that didn't even reply that they're going. So never mind posting, they haven't even said they're going. So you have to go and say you're going, and then you have to make some posts throughout the month. Like you should do 1 or 2 a week. And one of the things I want you to do is go to the landing page where people buy their tickets. So this is from our website, and here you would buy your tickets. But you get the introduction for your talker and their website and their Facebook. So just copy and paste that in the Facebook. Better yet, if you do a live Facebook with them, that would be kick-ass good. But at the very least, save their pictures and post their information, their name, the name of their talks, and just make a little comment. I can't wait to hear the story, just to create some interest, because what's happening often, like I said, people are not doing anything until the day before. And here again, make sure you invite your friends. I have done a Facebook webinar last week. And it's all about this. I actually just uploaded it on YouTube, so I'll be emailing it out to everyone. And I'll be posting it in our directors membership page as well. So on our directors group, so you guys have quick access. And remember, master schedule, we want 3 to 6 months worth of talkers. And again, it's because of this. We cannot create any of this properly until we know who's talking, where are their pictures. You know, we have to go and find their pictures. Usually we're able to find the pictures quite easily. We go on LinkedIn or Facebook, or we usually are able to find a decent picture. Last month, Strathmore had a talker for the very first time since I've been doing Women Talk. I couldn't find a damn picture of her. Not one. She was nowhere to be found. First time ever. So usually I'm able to. She's on there now, and actually she's going to be speaking at the convention. And here again, this is the link where all of our, and I'm going to post this as soon as we're done on our director's page. This is the link where all important links are. So the link of the links. And I created this so it's nice and easy for you guys. So this is to book a meeting with me, my phone number, my email, where you will find the director's meetings, and everything is on here. The master schedule, where to enter your talker. So if you just keep this link, you'll have access to everything.
Are you
Yep.
going to send that? Are you going to send us this page?
Yeah, so this page right here, that's our agenda. I will post it in our directors group. And then I'll tag you because you're new, Cheryl. But I've just added you to that group. You just saw that. So that's where I'll be posting. And if you scroll down that group, you'll see our meeting notes for previous meeting. I also save our meetings on YouTube. So there's a YouTube channel, and all there is on there is all the directors' meetings. And that's actually, that's probably important link. Yeah, YouTube channel, Women Talk. So if you go there, you can find our director's meeting, and these are the tutorials. So the how-to videos, how to post, how to blah, blah, blah. So everything is on there. And I am still working on the Talkers Association. It's just, you know, trying to get everything going. I am getting there. I will get there soon. And again, you're responsible. Actually, I think I repeated myself, so we can delete that because I put it higher. And our next meeting will be July 30th at 7 p.m.
Bridget?
Yes.
It's Lorna. You just deleted the posting for the Facebook page, and I think this is where I got caught a little bit, because I was posting on the actual Medicine Hat Women Talk page, but not necessarily in the event. So there's actually 2 pages we're supposed to post on.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes, you should do, but you should, the best way to do it is post in the event and then share your post on the page.
Okay.
Because what that does is it creates activity in the event and on the page, but when you first post it in the event and you share it to your page, it shares the post and the event.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-for-1. Any other questions? I think this could be a record. I'm just trying to stop the share here. There we go. All right, let's unmute everyone. Any comments, any questions? Let me unmute you, ladies.
It's Lorna again.
Yes.
Just something, I was doing some weird math over the last couple of weeks. And this is just feedback as far as the licensing and sort of the minimum number of people. And if I remember right, usually in Calgary, like your larger groups are usually around 80 to 100?
No, we get about 50.
Okay, so I was
Like
using 80.
it's most time it's 30 to 50.
Okay, so you're looking at 30 to 50 in the larger centers. So on a per capita basis, we would be successful at 4.
Yeah, but so there's 2 ways of looking at this. in Calgary, you have 500 other meetings going on.
And there's no lack of things in Medicine Hat. It's just feedback. It's not that
Yeah.
it's a
So what are you
different-
saying?
Well, it's just to put a little bug in your ear about considering where some of the smaller centers fit as far as the licensing fee for like $250 a month to like without even the licensing fee. For us to recover that would be, I think that would be a challenge most of the time. Maybe not all of the time.
Well, so the funny thing is, Lorna, Medicine Hat used to get the biggest attendance of most of the cities.
Oh,
We used
well,
to
that's-
get, like at the beginning, if you look at the sheet, like there was tons, like 30,
And how many were paid though?
most of them.
Well, I didn't come right at the beginning. I've not seen those crowds. And
Like that room used to be pretty full.
yeah,
It
I know
used
that
to
it
be
has,
like
I know that
sardines.
it has been for some of the really, really top level speakers, like when our college president spoke. That was a very large meeting. And I mean, we could be there, but I'm just putting that out there because we're not the only small center. And, we've got some growth to do and some things to still iron out as far as that goes. I would expect with Melissa speaking and Mandy speaking in July that we'll have quite a bit turnout, I would expect. Just a minute. Stabber! My dog has decided to eat the potting soil in my pepper
So
pot.
you break even at 12 and a half people, right? At $250 a month.
Yeah.
But the idea behind Women Talk is also not the directors making, like you are using Women Talk to help your business grow, your other business, your speaking career, your coaching career. That's what it's designed for. Nobody's going to make a huge amount of money.
Oh, no, but we don't want to lose either.
No, we don't want to
Like,
lose.
that's
you,
not-
Medicine Hat
No,
should be able
it's-
to put 20 people in the room.
Well, we're not going
Every town should be able to put 20 people in a room, no problem. I would think.
I would think in cities of 1.5 million are getting 50 people and expecting 20 in a town that's the size of 63,000. It is not.
You might be right.
Well, I make me wrong. Like I will be happy.
Well,
to
you know
sit there
what
and
it comes
say
down
I'm
to?
wrong.
And I believe that 100%, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah. And there's sometimes there's realism with that, Bridget. That's, it's just you kind of got to live in the rural community to know.
But it's also the job of the people in that community to promote the event in order to get the room to be full or to have 15, 20, 30, 50
Absolutely.
people.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you. I've said what I needed to say.
Okay. And fair enough. I get what you're saying, and doing these kinds of events is not for everyone. Actually, Okotoks, we've been a bit slower lately, but oh my God, that room has been so packed that time. It's been nuts. Right? And what's the population in Okotoks? It's not that much bigger than, is it bigger than Medicine Hat? What's the population there, Michelle?
No, we're about 30,000 people. And yeah, the last few months, there's just been some ups and downs. And
We shifted and new director, things have changed. But other than that, it's been very busy. You definitely get more than 12 people in the room every time.
Well, some months paid attendees, no, we wouldn't have that many if I look at last couple of months.
Oh yeah, for sure the last couple months, but I think it's because you have gone through.
Yeah, we've gone through lots of transitions.
Yeah.
Smaller centers are definitely have their bigger challenges. I think I'm in the smallest center there is. We are around 13,000 here in Strathmore. And we're going, we've already had our second anniversary and we've seen crowds of 35, 45, and we've seen our crowds of 10 and 15 too. Definitely summer is a big challenge, and
Yes.
times when there are, I know in a small center, it's amazing how one evening, the same damn evening in the month, can see, 7 to 9 different events going on in town at the same time. My biggest struggle when we moved it to the third Thursday of the month, because we were always on the last Thursday, and July was my absolute horrible month all the time, because there was over 2,000 in attendance at the volunteer banquet for the rodeo, that's a lot of people out of 13,000 to have 2,000 over there for volunteers.
Yeah.
And July was always a big struggle. So having moved it up a week, we'll see what happens this July. But
that's how it's going to go, right? You'll have some months where you will have your 10, 12 people, but then you'll have your months where you'll have 40, 50 people, 30,
And we
40,
even
50.
see that in Calgary too.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find the speakers have a lot to do with how many people we bring in.
Yeah.
There are some speakers who bring in 8 or 10 of their friends, and that makes a huge difference. Whereas if it's one of our regulars or 2 or 3 of our regulars that are speaking, everybody's heard them speak before. So they're not bringing in 10 and 15 people.
And that is the one thing I want to do is I need to educate our speakers better, to like ask them to get it out there, tell people, bring people. So
I was going to say
that
that is a good point, because this month in Calgary, we had one speaker who brought, what did she have with her? 8 people, Tammy? And they were rowdy and they had a hoot. And I think that's something that, we experienced, and it was a very good reminder to us that we need to really, push that with our speakers. Hey, bring your friends, bring some people, bring some new people and who, are going to be there to support you for one, but also to help fill the room and just, bring up the energy and have some a good time that evening.
And I think part of that is, if it's someone who's speaking for the first time, they're excited about the fact that they get to speak, and they'll invite everybody they know.
Yeah, and we need to remind them of that each time to do that.
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to throw out there was, and not to be giving more free tickets away, but because we don't reimburse our talkers in any sort of monetary way, what's the feeling of allowing each talker one free guest ticket?
Brittany would have had a hard time figuring out which of the 8 she had to give her ticket to.
I mean, that's up to you guys. You do have tickets to give away as directors. So if you want to give it to the talkers, you certainly can. You know, we'll see where things go. I mean, as a general rule, and the $250 a month, I will not force anybody to pay that. You certainly can stay in, you know, with this, the 80-20, but, you know, if you get 25 people in a room at $20, that's $500. So you make 250. If we do the 60-40 split, divided by the 80, sorry. Somebody's texting me. Sorry. So you make, you know, 100 instead of 250. So if, you know, and some months you make less, but I mean, really, this is not about the money. I don't want people to lose money, but the concept of Women Talk is not for directors to make big money. It's to use it to raise your profile, to launch your career, to help you grow your career, to help you become a speaker. That's what it's about, and to like cover your cost. So if it's not in what you're looking for, if you're looking for something that's going to make you money, then this is probably not the right thing for you. The idea is to, and I'm not interested in opening any more chapters where I have to do all that work and pay people now to help me and not, be able to even cover my costs, because quite often, I've been traveling everywhere. I pay for all of it, and because I love it and I want to grow this and I know that it's amazing.
Well, I would also like to say that this is an incredible opportunity for people to get their feet wet, so to speak. Not only is it growing your own skills as to what you're doing and letting people know what it is you do, but it's also allowing you to become a better speaker. It's giving you confidence. Where else can you go and do this? And it's nerve-wracking for a lot of people to get up in front of a camera and a group of people, no matter how small or large, and pour their hearts out. I really think the group, if we're looking at it through the perspective of it being healing, growing, challenging us to come out of our shells, to be able to say how we feel about what's going on in our lives and the direction that we're going. I can honestly say that just the short amount of time that I've been involved with Women Talk, look where I am and look where I'm going. I can't say enough good about that.
Yeah. And like there's different ways that payment comes to you. Like there's the commission that you make at the door, but then there's people like Tammy too, who, has done tons of business from it and go like it's, and we're part of something bigger as well.
Yeah.
Something that's going to be around the world.
I believe that there's a very strong spiritual connection between all of us. And that becomes very evident, not in a religious sense, but in the sense of sisterhood. In that sense, there's a very strong community. And I'm so happy to see it growing. And I'm so happy to see so many people want to be involved. And it's like any business you go into is going to have its up and downs. Any business that you, for yourself, there's always going to be problems that you're dealing with. And there are going to be some times that you're going to have to carry the ball now and again. And I think, but hopefully it works out and compensates when the going is good.
And the thing is too, you are part of a national company. You are a director of a national company.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at, and it's how you present it and how you use it. This can open many, many doors for you. People don't know they don't know exactly what that means. They just know you're the director of a chapter of Women Talk, which is a national company. And it's up to you how you spin it.
It'd be great to have that elevator speech. That everybody has that elevator speech.
Yeah, and we are going to do more and more things. Like I'm looking at dates right now where I want to get all the directors together and do some coaching together and some growing together and go away for a weekend or a day even and spend some time together and do stuff. So I'm super excited.
You get out of it what you put in, right?
Yeah, and if you're creative, you can get lots out of this. You want a bank loan? Go to your banker and ask her to come and speak at this company that's called Women Talk.
Well, right off of that, I booked my writer's retreat again in October. And last time I booked it, I had to pay $11,000 up front to book it. This time, because I had gone already once there, they said, well, have you ever done this in any other hotels? Do you do any other events? Because if you can show us and let us speak to any other events that you've done, then we can front you the money and you don't have to pay it up front. And I said, well, I host a monthly event. I'm the co-director of Women Talk, and this is the place, and these are how many people come every month. And that was kind of like getting a bank loan. I didn't have to fork out $11,000 this time.
Score!
I know.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. There's just little tiny benefits everywhere you look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For sure.
Great idea.
very cool. Well, you know, I'm sold in the idea, so and I think, you know, most people are. And I hope, Lorna, that the benefit, you will be able to see the benefits in it and use them. And I know you guys are struggling a little bit, and I've been wanting to come and I haven't been able to. But, you know, it's whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
And
That's
but I'd also like to say, and with Lorna, what I'm hearing from Lorna is what she's in reading between the lines, if you will, is that you need some help. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
You'd like a little bit of assistance.
Totally. It was pure financial. It was just, it's math. It's to help us build our own success. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like we had 9 people, 9 or 10 last week. Like we're growing. So that, like, truly, I know the benefits, and but I also have a lot on the go. So of my own stuff. It was just, yeah, anyway, it really was just pure math. Like, and you know what, likely a little bit of, there's a long history of, you know, that, and I don't want, it is a little, yeah, never mind. I don't want to go there. That's not the energy I want. So.
But it's very real that Medicine Hat is, in essence, starting over and starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And you have to definitely cut yourself a little bit of slack, I think, in the fact that under whatever unfortunate circumstances, you have to draw from new crowds now and rebuild. And I know that I noticed a couple of names this month on the Women Talk Facebook page of a couple of the gals that were not necessarily part of the big crowd when Women Talk started, but they definitely were attending once in a while. And I see interest from them again. And so hopefully that's going to continue to grow and spread, and you guys will be back up to the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it really truly isn't that. It isn't about the money. It's that just the point of the difference in size, and even within our own trading area, like it's something that we face within our own businesses. Is we don't have the bedroom communities that are within half an hour, 45 minutes from the city. Like we don't have that. Our trading areas may be 150,000 people. And so it just is like, it just is like that's what it is. And I think that we are quite successful at getting 10, and we can continue to build that. And I love I see the missing strategy is having the speakers bring people. If you have 3 speakers, and they each bring 3 people, you've already got like a room full. So yeah. I think that is truly one of the golden strategies that we haven't utilized. I think we tell people, but I don't think we tell people in a way to strongly encourage them for that. So
Lorna, one of the things that I've always done is when I post anything on my Facebook page about, if I say Lorna Scott from Medicine Hat is going to be speaking in Strathmore, I make sure that I tag you personally, Lorna Scott. I also send you a private message And I also let you know that if you would so kindly like the Women Talk Strathmore page, then when I tag you, you will be notified and you can chime in on that conversation. Yeah. I also ask you if you'll become my personal friend on Facebook, because then that way all the people that are my friends and all the people that are your friends can see the connection as well. So I find that building those types of solid connections and relationships also go a long way, because one of your friends is going to see that you're talking and they're going to go, aha, I want to go, I want to go. They're going to shout out to all their friends. And right away, you're going to get this snowball effect. And I found that by doing that, you actually are doing more marketing and more promotions online than you would by just saying who's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What I want to know is, who are you looking at, Brenda?
I'm looking at all of you.
We're looking at the side of your face.
Oh. Oh, yes.
There you are.
Okay, Sue, I have set up 2 monitors.
Oh,
and this is my social
gotcha.
media monitor, and this is my work monitor.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Cameras over there.
Too funny.
I just thought you were the news journalist, just doing a little offshoot.
There you go. There you go. At least I'm not standing on my head giving you my other profile.
And really, you know, back to what Brenda was saying, yeah, it's having fun with it too, with people, and, you know, tagging them and you know, having fun with it for sure. And, you know, Lorna, to your point too, that it was just a number thing that you have brought out. And that's why I will not enforce this with anybody that has a chapter. But for me, I will also not open any more chapters unless people are buying it and running it. And most of the people that will do that, they own a business. It'll be a business expense, so it wouldn't matter anyway. But I know that, you know, they will fill the room because they don't want to be paying the $250.
Yeah.
But it's a business decision that you make, and you guys did not make that decision when you took over Medicine Hat. Like, you just did it with the agreement that we had, and you're growing, and it's good.
It'll be fine. We'll be fine.
And just really have fun with it, you know, and use it to the best, as best as you can. And the other thing, you know, when you're doing live videos on Facebook and all that, like, this will help everything else you do.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of what I already do in my other life, which is a little bit why I'm a scramble in the moment. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, was there any other questions, topics? Here, I thought I was going to be done in 25 minutes. We almost did it. So thank you. I'm going to stop the recording now, and you guys can stay on if you want. But thank you. And we will meet again on July 30th at 7 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.